Alright students, this segment is going to be on Punnett squares. I'm looking at your packet, I'm looking at numbers, or just the number 110. I'm going to go through simple monohybrids, test cross, incomplete dominance, codominance, blood typing, and sex link in less than 5 minutes, so bear with me. Alright, going back to Punnett squares, the different types that we had. A simple monohybrid means that we have dominant and recessive traits. One is dominant over the other. And so we use the same letter, one's capital, one's lowercase, say big B, little b. So keep that in mind when we talk about simple monohybrids. A test cross I'll get to in a few minutes. Incomplete dominance. That means that one is not dominant over the other. When we get the heterozygous one, when we get one allele from each thing, that means it's going to blend. So red and white, when they blend, they make pink. So we are going to use primes, like F and F prime. Codominance is when they are both dominant. So you cross a black chicken and a white chicken, you're going to get a black and white chicken. They don't mix. You see both of those traits. And so for that, we are going to use two different letters. For that, I'm going to use a B and a W. Blood typing I'll get to in a second as well. And then sex linked, we are talking about our sex chromosomes, the X's and the Y's. So females are XX, males are XY. And you are only going to see letters attached to the X. You never see them attached to the Y. So for example, a female who's heterozygous for, or a carrier for hemophilia, and then a male who is normal. It's only on the X. Let's solve these problems real quick. Alright, first problem. In guinea pigs, black fur is dominant to white fur. I stop right there in your problem. I'm going to say that black fur is dominant to white fur. Black fur is big B, white fur is little b. So it says a female guinea pig heterozygous for black fur is mated with the male that is homozygous recessive for white fur. What are the genotypic and phenotypic ratios? So I'm crossing big B with little b, little b. When I cross it, this is what I get. So I'm going to get 50% are going to be black, 50% are going to be white. Alright, 50% big B, little b, 50% little b, little b. That is a simple monohybrid. Next problem. I'll do test cross in a second. I'm going to incomplete dominance. In tulips, red flowers are incompletely dominant to white flowers. That means the heterozygous one is going to be pink. I wanted the genotypes and phenotypes when I cross a pink flower, it's heterozygous, with a white flower. Make a key. I'm going to say FF is red. I'm going to say F prime is white. I'm going to say F prime is pink. So I'm crossing a pink with a white. I just look at my key, I know what I'm crossing. As you see here, I get the same results. 50% are going to be pink, 50% are going to be white. Genotypes and phenotypes are rated on the board. Next problem. Codominance. In guinea pigs, white fur is codominant to black fur. I'm going to use two different letters. Cross a black guinea pig with the heterozygous guinea pig. What is the percent chance that an offspring will be black? So I have black, and I have a heterozygous. BB is going to be black. BW is going to be black and white.
At this point, all students should be headed back to their classrooms for the
50% chance that it is going to be black. That's the answer to that one.
in any area of the building, indoor or
Next
outside,
problem. Sex linked. Hemophilia is a recessive sex-linked disorder. What is the probability that a carrier female and an affected male will have an affected son? A carrier female is going to look like this. X big H, X little h. It's recessive. She does not have it. She's just a carrier. A male, what did it say it was, is affected. So he's got the little h and a y. When I cross this, I get X big H, X little h, X little h, X little h, X big H y, X little h y. So this is going to be a normal female. She's going to be a carrier. This one's going to be a female with hemophilia. It's a normal male, and then a male that's affected with hemophilia. All right? Wonderful. Last couple of problems. I'm going back to a test cross. I'm at 5 minutes. It's going to be a little bit longer than 5 minutes. A test cross. It says, in plants, purple flowers are dominant to white flowers. Perform a test cross on a plant that's purple and produces some purple flowers. A test cross. Every time we do a test cross, we are crossing it with a homozygous recessive genotype. You can have the dominant trait, but you can either be homozygous dominant or heterozygous. We're trying to figure out which one you are. So in doing that, I'm just going to use F for flowers because that's just what it says. I'm going to see, I'm going to get some purple flowers. So I'm always going to cross it with the homozygous recessive. And I know when you show the dominant trait, you have a capital letter. So I'm trying to figure out what this other one's going to be. Is it dominant or is it recessive to make this heterozygous one? Well, it says some purple flowers. If I do a big F, that means that they're all going to be purple flowers. So that can't be right. But if I do a little f, that means that I'm going to get a different color. That's what it would have to be. That's a test cross in a nutshell. Last but not least, blood typing. There are 4 types of blood. You have type A, type B, type AB, and O. If you are type A, you can be AA or AO. If you're B, it's BB or BO. AB is just AB, and O is OO. Keep that in mind. The question asks, on this next piece of paper, if the mother has type A blood, and she has a son with type O, can the father have type AB blood? Remember, in order to have O, you got to have one from mom and one from dad. If a dad has type AB, there's no way that's possible. So it was like the mailman or something, who knows. So show the genotypes of the parents and the son. This is a bad question. I realized that after going over it with another class. It's just show a Punnett square. Let's pretend the father has type B blood. Let's pretend he's heterozygous for it. So I'm going to cross mom, who has to be AO, with dad, who is BO. I get AB blood, I get type B blood, type A blood, and O blood. That's how it's possible. And that's this recession.